This is where you realize number one, you're either a winner or a loser. Look, I 50x my income when I changed my life. I'm doing better than everyone else I know. No, I'm not even joking.
Hello, people of the internet. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the party. It looks like Bubba's already asleep, so he hates it here already. How's everyone doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh my god. Okay, the website we're looking at today has this like tracker thing installed where it keeps telling me like people have signed up for the webinar, and it's very distracting. In the bottom corner of the screen, which we'll get to. How's everyone doing? Let me know how your day is going. My day is going very well, mostly because, so this is like a pointless story that has nothing to do with what we're going to talk about today. But my mom was looking for a specific photo from like 15 years ago that I have on this hard drive here in this plastic bag. Anyway, also in this plastic bag that I found where the hard drive was, I found this. And if you don't know what this is Game Boy camera from the late 90s for the Game Boy Color. You plug it in and it has like a little mini webcam built in. Oh my god, I was laughing so hard when I found this. I also found my Game Boy in that filing cabinet. So it's been a good day. How is your day going? I'm ready to get rich now though. So that's enough nostalgia for today. Katie says, I'm ready for my millionaire mindset indoctrination session. Well, you're in the right place because today we're going to be learning how to not only make $1 million, but more specifically, how to make $1 million in just 3 days, a weekend, if you will. So yes, Alexis, we are getting rich today. Excellent, excellent, excellent. I am so glad everyone is here with their money mindsets. Rodney says, it's Memorial Day. Let's get this money. Happy Memorial Day to my American followers. I find it so funny that, like, obviously they're different holidays, but it's like we had our long weekend last weekend. You guys have yours this weekend. We do July 1st is our holiday, and then yours is July 4th. It's like, we always got to be different, but not too different, if you know what I'm saying. Harrison says, you will make more money selling that Game Boy camera than from this mastermind seminar. Don't do either. I have oh my God, what's it called? A holographic Charizard Pokemon card in like mint condition. I have it in like one of those plastic preservation thingies. Anyway, my cousin told me it could be worth like a few $1,000s. It's like, I probably bought this for 25 cents like 30 years ago. So that's how I'm gonna get rich, in case anyone was wondering. Yes, 3 days. Let's get this money. Super excited. Julie, you are just right on time to become a millionaire, and you are in the right place. Thousandaire, millions. We're going for 7 figures today. Today, choice of beverage. Gotta get into that before we get into the real stuff. I found this today, brand new flavor. Very excited. It's either going to be really good or really disgusting. Vanilla cherry soda, sparkling water. I thought it sounded like it could be good, but I guess we're going to find out. If you're new here, I do a beverage taste test at the beginning of every live stream, so skip ahead if you're bored. That's actually really good. It tastes like kind of like a cherry Coke, but obviously not sweet. Oh my God, so good. I love it. If you live in Canada, run, don't walk to your local President's Choice. Well, I guess the store isn't President's Choice, but wherever they sell President's Choice near you. Rodney, I remember when I used to have a flashlight for my Game Boy. Yeah, I had one of the ones like the USB type ones that plugged into the side and it was like spirally. So good. So good. Okay, let's stop yammering since we're 5 minutes in. This is when we usually get to the good stuff. And we'll get right into today's training. So this was sent to me through the scam reaction submission form linked in the description of every single one of my videos. If you have stuff you potentially want me to react to on live stream, that's where you should send it. So basically, like I mentioned earlier, we are going to be learning how to become millionaires in 3 days, allegedly. We're not going to watch all 3 days because I think each training is like over an hour and a half long. And if it's anything like the training we watched last week, we probably won't even make it through day one. So I guess we'll find out. As you can see here, it says, stop being undervalued. How smart entrepreneurs are using AI to build $1 million personal brands in just 3 days without endless content creation. Why are we yelling? This is all in cap locks. Why? Yes, Marie says, atch to my eyes. I agree. This is horrible. I mean, a lot of these people use the same website templates. So whether they're using ClickFunnels or lead pages or one of those. So like I understand from a design perspective, they're kind of limited in how it can look. I just want to know why you're talking in all cap locks. Now, the funny thing I thought about this is that it says registration closes on May 11th at midnight and it will never be offered again. But you can still sign up for all of this. So, like, is registration closed or is it not? Are we lying? I think we're lying. Never fall for the fake countdown timer, guys. If this is your first time watching anything on my channel, I want you to grab your pen and paper and write down, if someone tells me an offer is limited time only, it's not. Clear the cookies in your browser, and suddenly you will be granted a new opportunity to be scammed yet again. So, final chance, discover the AI-powered secrets top influencers are using to build $1 million empires in just 3 days without the endless grind or sleepless nights. Warning, this is it. After transforming 50,000 lives in 53 countries, after helping overlooked experts become unstoppable 7-figure brands, we're retiring the challenge that started it all. The secret AI system that turned hidden experts into 7-figure authorities just last month can be yours, but only if you act now. This is not another generic marketing course. I will be the judge of that. It's the proprietary framework that industry insiders desperately try to suppress, while you're grinding away creating endless features with minimal effort. While you're grinding away creating endless content, others are leveraging this blueprint to command premium rates and land major media features. We better not be using AI and then charging people premium rates. Is that what this is suggesting? Because I got some problems with that if that's what we're suggesting. Okay, we'll get into it. Once registration closes, this page disappears forever. Sir, ma'am, it's May 26th that I'm filming this video, which, according to the math, is 15 days after May 11th, and your sales page is still live, by the way, in case you were interested in shutting it down. Dominate your niche or watch others steal it from right under your nose. Your expertise deserves recognition. Your choice will determine if you get it. So it continues. Oh my God, so much text, you guys. Are you tired of watching less qualified experts steal your spotlight? Frustrated by clients who haggle over your rates while paying premium prices to inferior competitors? Your expertise deserves recognition and compensation. This sounds like a script read for one of those like cheesy law firm commercials. If anyone grew up in like the early 2000s and you stayed home sick from school, the ads that would play on the TV during daytime television, like while Judge Judy was playing. If you've been injured in a car accident, call 1-800-LAW-PERSON. Like, that's exactly what this is sounding like. Your path to a 7-figure personal brand awaits. In just 3 days, our online challenge will equip you with proven strategies that have generated millions for entrepreneurs who were once invisible, just like you big fat king loser. It doesn't say that. If you're only listening, it doesn't actually say that, but that's the impression it's giving. Do you guys see what I mean about how distracting this pop-up thing on the bottom of the screen is? It's driving me a little bit cuckoo crazy. You'll master the art of compelling content creation with our perfect post formula, consistently yielding thousands of likes and qualified clients within 24 hours. Learn to harness cutting-edge AI technology, multiplying your reach without sacrificing authenticity. Our challenge transforms lives. Guillaume, I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that name, a former participant, secured a documentary feature and 3 podcast invitations within a week of implementing our system. Okay, I have some thoughts on that. The documentary feature, cool, whatever. Podcast invitations, to be quite honest, this might be a hot take, I don't know. I don't really find getting interviewed on a podcast to be that impressive in terms of like a credential that qualifies you as an expert. And I say that only because literally anyone can start a podcast, and literally everyone has started a podcast. I mean, okay, it's cool that someone out there recognizes you as an authority and wants to interview you. That's great. But to use it as like this, I'm an expert because I've been interviewed on a podcast, to me is like, well, anyone can start a podcast and then platform anybody. Just like, I don't know, if I interview someone on my YouTube channel, it's kind of like whatever. I'm just a little dumb idiot with a camera and a microphone. So like, does that make it seem legit because you got interviewed here? Not to say like anyone that I interviewed isn't important. I'm just saying like, I'm not that important. So it's not that impressive to me. I have been interviewed on many podcasts, and it's just kind of like, whatever. Anyone can do it. I don't know. I'm also like kind of a cynic when it comes to like what people find impressive. So if you don't agree with me, that's okay. You'll gain access to the same techniques used by industry titans who never worry about where their next client is coming from. But time is of the essence. We limit enrollment to ensure personalized attention. Okay, so to me, this is already a red flag if they're really trying to make this sound exclusive, limited time offer, limited number of spots, blah, 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 blah. And yet 2 weeks after this allegedly was supposed to close, it's still open for enrollment. So it's like, is it exclusive or is it not? Because if it's exclusive, shut it down. And if it's not exclusive, then don't say that it is. Like, I don't know. I'm getting red flag. I mean, I was already getting red flags with the freaking template sales page, but this is just like not the vibe, okay? Consider this. Every day you hesitate, potential clients are seeking expertise elsewhere, and your true value remains hidden. Will you continue being the industry's best kept secret, or will you finally claim the authority position you deserve? Join us for free in 72 hours. Emerge from the shadows as the undisputed authority in your field. 84% of consumers are influenced by personal brands. That's like a weird statistic to include without any link to an article that's going to back that up. Like 97% of people who watch this YouTube channel have a good time. Source? Me. Trust me, bro. That's what it's giving. 50,000 plus students who have used our system. Okay, to what level of success? I've had millions of people watch my YouTube channel. Does that mean that they all enjoyed my content? Probably not. Like, just because someone buys your product doesn't mean it's a good product. It just means that you're a good salesperson, right? 53 countries from around the world. Join the ranks of over 50,000 entrepreneurs who have skyrocketed their personal brands to unprecedented levels of success, collectively achieving massive financial milestones. Again, just because someone purchased from you does not mean that they were successful in implementing whatever it is you're selling. Let that be clear. Our proven system has created industry leaders across 53 countries, spanning every niche imaginable. Now it's your turn to leave a lasting mark on your industry. Bwah, 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 bwah. Maybe like this. Okay, also, let me know the sound levels. I don't know what's going on with my mic. I can't make it any louder. So if any of the sound effects are really loud, or when we start to listen to the video, if it's really loud and proportionate to my voice, let me know so I can lower those volumes, because I can't adjust my mic any louder. Okay, and then they're also saying, in addition to saying that like this is a one-time opportunity, it's going to close in 24 hours or whatever, they're also saying that there's only 211 seats left. It's a webinar, a replay of a recorded webinar. There are no limited number of seats. That, again, is a red flag. So add that to your list if you're new here. You don't have to be rich or have tons of followers. Our system works for just about anyone. Okay, red flag number 3, Amy Porterfield is here on the sales page. Allegedly, in my opinion, one of the OG internet grifters has entered the chat. I've seen firsthand how Chris and Jen have helped businesses skyrocket into their social media presence and lead generation using AI-powered techniques. If you're looking to stay ahead of the curve and leverage AI in your social selling efforts, they are experts you want in your corner. So to me, this testimonial comes across as, I didn't actually participate in this program. These are just my friends, and they asked me to write a review for them, so I did. It's like, I don't know if any of you have ever been in a coaching mastermind, specifically like a business coaching mastermind, but one technique that my coach used when I was in a mastermind is like we would each leave reviews or like testimonials like this. So not like an actual testimonial, but kind of like vouching for each other's character that we could use on each other's sales pages. So like there was a woman, let's call her Sarah, in the program with me, and Sarah left me or wrote me a like testimonial type, not saying like I was in Danielle's program, but like kind of like this, speaking to my character, speaking to my expertise that I could then use on my sales page to give the illusion that she's vouching for my specific program, when really she's just like saying that I'm a cool person. You know what I mean? Very, very interesting. Okay, I am really far behind in the comments, so let me catch up there and then we'll continue on. All humans have podcasts today. I saw someone post, because there's a whole, if you're in Canada and the US, I'm sure you're well aware of the like tariff war that's going on right now. And someone was saying like, I think the US should start putting tariffs on podcast equipment. Like, you know what? Honestly, that's kind of true. Exactly. Space Pastry says, it's a lot of work. I'm allergic to work, which is why I'm here learning how to make millions in just 3 days. Keep that in mind. Just 3 days. Do it. Harrison said, I'm going to put interviewed by Daniel Ryan on my landing page. See duped by a fitness coach for more. And watch those sales roll in. Your clients are going to be like, holy shit, he was on a YouTube channel. Where do I put my credit card? Yes, Fluffy Duck Butt says, scarcity. Hurry and buy before it's gone forever. I understand the use of scarcity in sales and marketing when you're being like genuine. Like if I'm launching something and I legitimately only have 5 spaces for people to sign up, it's fine for me to say I only have 5 spaces. But if I sign 5 clients and then all of a sudden go, oh, I'm actually opening 5 more spaces, like to me, that's very disingenuous. That's not being truthful. Like right now, I could say, you know, I have the capacity to take on 2 more clients. That's the truth. If I sign 2 clients, I'm not all of a sudden going to go back on Instagram and be like, oh, by the way, I can still take more clients. Like, no, you should know as a business owner, especially in a service-based business, what your capacity is. And you don't have to lie about it. Like, if you're going to leave this sales page open forever, don't say that it closes on May 11th at 11:59. If on May 26th at 4:20 p.m., I'm still able to access it. That's all I'm saying. Space Pastry says, Amy Porterfield. Well, I'm convinced. I'll send you the link so you can put in your credit card. Very true. Sweet Goth says Amy's probably the one that coached them. I could see that for sure. Elizabeth says, I have seen that technique taught as well. I assume you're referring to the leave comments for your mastermind sisters to use on their sales pages. I cringe so hard thinking back on this, which, by the way, again, if you've been here a while, you probably remember it would have been probably almost 2 years ago now. I made a video where I react to some of my old coaching content. And I was recently going through, so my Instagram account is connected to a Facebook business page, and I'm working with a brand partner right now. We did a sponsored post last week, if you missed it, promoting the use of .ca domains here in Canada. Anyway, they're running it as a Facebook ad, which I didn't realize until it started running. I thought it was just going to be on Instagram. So anyway, I had to go through the process of, or I still have to, go through the process of updating my Facebook business page, because a lot of it is related to back when I had a yoga studio, back when I had a coaching business. And I'm curious if we want a part 2 where I react to more of my content from when I was a coach, 25-year-old life coach. So let me know in the chat if you're interested in that. If you're watching the replay, you can let me know as well. Or if we're over it. If we're over it, I'm just going to delete the videos and pretend they never existed. But if we want a part 2, let me know and I'll download them before I delete them forever. Oh, dear God. Everyone in their containers all pump each other's tires to try and lure other suckers into the pyramid. So true. So true. Because to that, I have to say this.
I'm always baffled when people don't have a life coach or don't want one. I'm like, what? It's the most amazing thing ever.
Why not have a life coach? You know what? Buy my program so I can sell you into Harrison's program so he can sell you into Aaron's program and into Monica's program and into Rodney's program and so on and so on and so on. Okay. If only I could sell nothing and smile that big in a picture. Honestly, same. You know what? I got a thing or two to learn about marketing and sales from these scammers. Let me tell you that. Suzanne says, I launched something with a legitimate countdown timer last week. A lot of people were messaging me after the date asking to honor the price as they were surprised I did indeed increase the price. Wow, you don't say. A woman of her word. I am shocked. I want to know, Suzanne, how does that feel to be in integrity, as these coaches might say?
Are you feeling happy? Are you feeling grateful? Are you feeling empowered? Are you feeling relief? Are you feeling, how does that feel?
How does it feel? Let us know. Monica, you are right on time to getting rich. We were just reading through the sales page for the webinar. We haven't even got to the how to get rich part yet, so no worries. Okay, everyone is saying yes, yes. Rodney says, let's pretend it didn't happen. Everyone else is saying yes. It came to mind because I was updating the Facebook page, but also because someone commented on that old video. I guess they just recently discovered my channel. And they said, I think you're being a little harsh on yourself. You were just naive. It's very clear, you don't really know what you're talking about. And I'm like, no, we're just here for the laughs, man. I'm here for the self-deprecating humor. And if you haven't watched that video, I don't know if, I believe Harrison and Suzanne have mod capabilities. If one of you could go find the video. I think it's titled I Used to Be a Scammer, and can share it in the chat for anyone that is newer here and maybe hasn't seen it. But okay, I'll definitely work on another one because there is so much old content on this Facebook page. Oh God, it's crazy. I'm cringing already. I'm glad you can laugh at your own expense. Honestly, it's just, what else can you do, you know? 100%. Bring back 2018 Danielle with the positive affirmations in the background, live in 1K. In those videos, I have a whiteboard behind me, and I would, as this comment says, I would have like a daily affirmation written behind me. Oh my God, I'm like already so embarrassed. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good time. Yeah, why have a life coach when you could just be a life coach? That's the attitude we need around here. Thank you. I had so much fun. Suzanne says, speaking of pics, your new pics are fire. I was trying to channel my inner Amy Porterfield at that photo shoot. I got to work with a local self-portrait studio here in Vancouver. 100% recommend if you have one in your city. So much fun. You just like hang out in a room by yourself for an hour, and they give you a little remote and you just snap a bunch of pics. And that's what I have a new profile picture here on YouTube. I also updated the banner on my channel. I had some fun taking pictures in this shirt, my I hate it here shirt, because I really do truly hate it here, guys. Okay, enough yammering. Let's get back to the content, baby content. Thank you so much for your feedback. It's very helpful. And yes, Erin, this is all part of my scheme to buy a billboard in Times Square. So stay tuned for the launch. I'm only going to charge you guys, what did she charge? $97. Because you're such loyal, devout followers of this channel, I'll give you a discount for just $98 US, which is basically like $150 where I'm from. You can come hang out with me in Times Square and watch my photos on the billboard for approximately 15 seconds. So it's going to be so fun, and I cannot wait. And if you want to sign up, just message me on Instagram and say, oh my God, I love you so much. Where do I send my money? And I'll give you the link to send me your money. That's a joke, by the way, if you can't understand sarcasm. I'm not going to Times Square. Okay, thanks. Thank you, Suzanne. Suzanne and Harrison both have dropped the link in the chat. If you're new here and you want to watch me cringe at myself for like 40 minutes, that's the place to be. Okay, sorry. I keep saying I'm going to get back into it, and then I don't. Okay, so here are the testimonials of people who have allegedly become so rich following this formula. Become the most sought after expert in your field with this simple program. Okay, question. Am I really an expert if I'm using AI to generate the content for me? Because it kind of sounds like ChatGPT here is the expert, and I'm using my face on ChatGPT. I got questions. That's all I'll say about that. 3 days, 2 hours, limitless growth opportunities. Oh my God, the egregious promises here are really something else. Blah, 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 blah is what the rest of the sales page says. Holy shit, this is crazy. And the design is horrible, and it hurts my eyes, and my brain is melting. More testimonials, more. Here's what we're going to cover so you can attract more customers and make more money with ease. Day 1, that's probably the one we're going to watch, but maybe we'll see what each day is, and then you guys can help me decide which one we'll watch. Day 1 is captivating content. Create content that converts. We will show you our advanced secret formula for turning your content into a money printing machine. Ho, sign me up. I'm ready to get rich for sure. This is for anyone that currently posts content that gets almost no likes, little views, and doesn't generate money. Here's what you'll get. Blah, 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 blah. Day 2, visibility amplification. Become the go-to expert in your niche. We'll reveal our proven strategies for skyrocketing your visibility and positioning yourself as the undisputed authority in your field. This is for anyone struggling to stand out in a crowded market and attract high-quality leads. Lastly, we have monetization mastery. Turn your expertise into a 7-figure empire. We will show you how to package your knowledge into high-ticket offers and create automated systems that sell while you sleep. This is for anyone tired of trading their time for money and ready to scale their income exponentially. Okay, so let me know in the chat, do we want to watch captivating content, which is day 1, day 2, which is visibility amplification, or day 3, which is monetization mastery? Personally, I came here to get rich, so I'm kind of in favor of watching day 3, but I will watch whatever the class wants to see because you guys are the ones that are actually in control here. I'm just a little monkey with a keyboard and a microphone and a camera. So let me know. Oh, dear God. Okay, let me catch up on your comments while you guys all decide what we're going to do today. Yes, Aaron says, are the purchase pop-ups even real? They're so distracting. They are on a loop, first of all, I noticed, because the names keep repeating. They're also old. So, like, this one is from 8 days ago. There was one that was from 4 days ago, one from 6 days ago. Like, they're not actually recent. Yeah, Erica, 4 days ago. And so even if they are real, they're not like real time. It's just circulating through the same 5 people over and over and over again. Monica is saying, I don't know why, but there's a certain thing about this that screams scam. I think it's the fact that they're using the same template that every other scammer uses. They all use the same 2 websites, whether it's ClickFunnels or Lead Pages. I swear to God. Their sales page is putting me to sleep, bubbaing me, if you will. Exactly. Bubba's had enough of the grifters. He'll wake up if I give him a snack, though. So, okay, day 3, day 3, day 3. Let's watch day 3. 3, day 3. That's where the riches are. Okay. Sorry, Marie, but you have been outvoted. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. Please tell me you get that reference. Okay. Amanda, you are actually just in time. She says, I'm a little late, but I made it because we are just now getting into the training on how to get rich. So worry not, my friend. Actually, I did want to look up like who these people are because I don't know. Someone sent this to me as always. And I just want to know, like, are you actually an AI expert? Have you worked in Silicon Valley? Or are you just a guy that like knows how to use ChatGPT? That's what I want to know. Okay, so a visionary entrepreneur and AI education pioneer. Holy oh my God, I hate it already. Who's revolutionizing how businesses harness cutting-edge technology. As the founder of Understanding AI and Hey Vision and co-founder of Superconnector Media, Chris has empowered over 50,000 business owners to leverage AI and become the recognized expert in their fields. His expertise has been sought by tech giants like Google, Microsoft, and Apple, as well as global brands, including Disney, Virgin, and NBC Universal. A media powerhouse, Chris has been featured in over 200 outlets, from the New York Times to the Today Show, and his insights grace the pages of Forbes, Time, and Fast Company. With his unique blend of AI knowledge and personal branding, Chris is shaping the future of business in the AI era. Okay, but what do you actually do? All those 2 sentences or paragraphs told me was, I'm an expert and I've been featured in ABC 123, so trust me. Okay, but like, what do you do? What is your job? I don't understand. Okay, and then there's this lady that he runs the program with. I don't know if these 2 are married. Are people familiar with these people? Are they married? Because when I looked up pictures for the thumbnail, they're looking like there's a little hanky-panky going on there. So it's like, maybe they're a couple? I don't know. I don't follow them. Anyway, she is a powerhouse entrepreneur. So what was he? He was a visionary entrepreneur. Did they use AI to come up with these about me paragraphs? Because it's kind of feeling like that. A powerhouse entrepreneur, international speaker, best-selling author, and co-founder of the Inc. 5000 listed Superconnector Media. Named one of the top 50 speakers in the world by Real Leaders Magazine. What the fuck is Real Leaders Magazine? I got an email this morning. Congratulations, Danielle. You've been named one of the top 60 small business influencers by some website I've never heard of. I was like, okay. Oh, please feel free to share this on your social media. I click on the list. It's literally just like 60 random people. Half the people on the list aren't even like actual content creators. I was like, you really think that I care about this? I don't. But thanks. Anyway, Jen has shared stages with icons like Oprah and Gary Vaynerchuk, leveraging her background as a VH1 host and Broadway actress to teach business owners how to become the recognized expert in their field. Her work featured in Forbes, Business Insider, and Goop. Oh my God, Goop. I would not be using that as credentials either. If you're not familiar, Goop is a business founded by Gwyneth Paltrow, very infamous for spewing lots of pseudoscientific, unfact-checked facts. Has transformed countless entrepreneurs into profitable, high-profile brands, cementing her status as a leading authority in personal branding and business growth. So then they have 8,000 questions for the challenge. Like, this isn't even for the paid offer. This sales page is just to get you to sign up for the training. So very, very curious. Here's everything you need to know. I don't need to know this. Okay. So that kind of gives you a little bit of context anyway. I also have their Instagram open here. We can look at that later if you guys want. But let's go ahead and get into the training. I will just make sure I didn't miss any important comments. James is asking, do they have computer science degrees at least? I'm thinking no. Otherwise, it would have been listed, right? If I had an actual credential, certainly I would put it in my bio, right? It's funny because I have never heard of these people and they're supposed to be famous, I guess, in their bubble, for sure. This is so dry. Yeah, hopefully the part where they're talking is better. My hopes are actually not that high. Okay, let's see what they have to say. Again, let me know about the sound because I'm having issues with my mic. So if it's very loud, I can turn it down.
Fragilistic espialidocious. Good spelling, Dan. Did you chat GPT how to spell that? I want to be able to spell that. If Pammy, can you say it?
What?
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
I can.
Yeah.
Again, as I say in every single training we watch on this channel, buy a fucking rug. Get a microphone and a rug. Speaking from me, I need to buy a rug for this room. But I at least have sound foam stuff on the wall. Anyway, I digress. If I'm a millionaire, which I'm not, by the way, I think I could afford a rug and a microphone. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not gonna, but I
He's
can.
not gonna. He's not gonna.
The echo.
Play. Anyways, hello, welcome to day 3 of the 7-Figure Personal Brand Challenge. We are so grateful you're here. You made it. Technically, this is a 3-day challenge, and we have made it to the final day.
Julie said, I love the AI prompts. Thank you so much. Wait till you see what we're doing today.
Apparently today is like next level. He's been talking about it all morning. Like, today I'm going to blow their minds. I'm going to blow their minds. I'm like, okay, I'm not involved. You blow their, I'm very excited. So that's just a little hint of what to expect today. But anyways, I want to celebrate you all because we did it. We did it.
No, we have
There's a lot more to go, but technically, if you signed up for a 3-day challenge, we have made it to the 3rd day. So I think it's really important that we give ourselves that little bit of dopamine to celebrate that you did something, you signed up, you said yes, and look at what's happened as a result.
I'll celebrate you at the end.
Okay, you'll celebrate. I'll celebrate them now to give them a little midpoint celebration, keep them going, and you can celebrate them at the end.
He kind of seems like he hates her. Aaron says, is he okay? Is anyone getting the vibe that like he does not want to be here? Because the energy is like she's super excited and stoked, and he's kind of like, holy shit, she won't stop talking. This lady doesn't shut up. That's the vibe I'm getting. Maybe I'm misinterpreting what's happening here, but it's weird energy for sure.
Fair enough. Anyways, great job. We've done it. We've got a whole nother day. VIP. Who's VIP? Who's VIP? Who am I going to see tomorrow? Or VIP. We got a whole Q&A session tomorrow. Tomorrow is Ask Us Anything, laser coaching, whatever questions you've got from the challenge, whatever questions you've got for us in general about your business, we're diving in. We're doing it big. So if you have not upgraded to VIP and you want to be on that VIP call, make sure that you upgrade with the link that my team is dropping. We want to see you there. So it's 4-day, not 3-day. And okay, we have a little mini challenge winner to announce. So the mini challenge for day 1, we have the winner. So the person that did the mini challenge for day 1 wins $100. So basically how this works, you guys, is if you do the mini challenge and you post your screenshots in the Facebook group, my team takes all the people that posted the screenshots and puts them in like a raffle picker, and then we randomly pick one person.
Okay, I don't care about any of this. Let's skip into when they get into the actual PowerPoint.
This morning, you were so excited.
It's gonna help.
You have never said to me, I've got it today. I'm doing training. Like you were like, I've got it.
I don't know. These are like weird, like.
Also, they're like bickering on camera. This is so awkward. Okay.
Like share screen.
Like he definitely doesn't want to be here. Look at his face.
Do you need sound? Just in case. Okay. You slideshow. All right, let us know in the chat if you guys can see our 7-figure personal brand challenge photo. Just make sure we're on the right page. Great. Okay, so we're going to have a little moment, like a little heart-to-heart moment, because we talked about this a little bit yesterday, and I got a couple of messages from some people that thought it was really powerful. And after you've slept on this, I want to tell you a really quick story that has something to do with this question that I asked you yesterday. And it's really important. Like, you guys can learn all of the AI tools that Chris is teaching you and all of the strategy to build your brand. But if you don't truly understand what you really want, like what you actually want in your life, you're going to have a hard time becoming fulfilled and happy and actually creating it. And I want you to take this time, this moment. You signed up for this challenge. You got here. You've learned a lot. You've met a lot of really cool people. Maybe the desire has shifted. I would love to know in the chat, maybe you slept on this last night and you were really thinking about it. What do you desire? And I'm going to give you...
Yeah, guys, let me know here in the live chat, what do you desire? Because for me, I'm thinking about what I'm going to eat for dinner, if I'm being honest. When is this live stream over? Because I'm hungry. I desire a delicious meal. So let me know in the chat, what do you desire? $1 million would be nice too.
Do a little example about my experience with desire and what I've always wanted. What do you desire? Write it in the chat. I'm a firm believer that our desires are planted within us on purpose because they are something that we're supposed to have. I truly believe that. We wouldn't have a desire planted within us if it wasn't something that we could actually achieve. But the thing is that some people achieve their desires and some people don't even acknowledge them because they're terrified that they won't get them. But what if we were the person that acknowledged our desires?
Suzanne wins. She says, I desire a training that delivers what it promises. True. So true.
And then went even further to actually decide that we were going to go for it. I'm seeing all these great desires here to help and support more people, financial independence from working for someone else, impact, inspire leaders, intentional connection, wealth, and serving authentically. Yeah, so this is a picture of me before I met Chris. And this is back, if we can go way back, if you've read my book, you know a little bit of my story. But when I first became like baby entrepreneur, just starting after my acting career, I started my very first business, which was a fitness business. And I started getting bit by the entrepreneur.
Add it to the list of fitness coach to business coach pipeline entrepreneurs. Man, I got to have like 100 people on that list if I was actually keeping track.
Bug. And there's something that they don't tell you when you start becoming an entrepreneur. Well, there's actually 2 things. One of them is taxes. And the other one is that it can be unbelievably lonely. And I found myself really obsessed with personal development, like obsessed. And I loved like walking up and down the streets of New York City by myself on Saturday nights, listening to personal development podcasts.
Oh no.
But
Harrison says, I desire our next billionaire mastermind call. I completely forgot. Sorry about that. I'll write it down. I'll give myself a little note to send you a poll. I guess we'll do 2 calls in June. If you join the billionaire tier here on YouTube memberships, you can attend not 1 but 2 30-minute Google Meets with yours truly and the rest of the squad. Sorry about that, guys. I have been drowning recently, but it's okay.
Problem was that nobody in my life understood this. My dad didn't understand. My friends didn't understand. My mom didn't understand. Nobody got it. And nobody understood why I was so obsessed with building my business and why I was so into growth. I was in this moment. If you guys can relate, just go ahead and put it in the chat. Like, no one got it. I had no friends that supported me on this journey. So
this is super interesting. I think this is really common in the like coaching coaches pyramid space, or any of like the kind of iffy coaching relationships. I often discuss here on the channel how I am of the opinion that a lot of these like coaching environments, coaching containers, if you will, mirror behavior that we see in cults, right? That's something I've talked about extensively here on the channel. And I think that rhetoric like this is really indicative of that, because if any of you have ever been in one of these communities and you've had the experience of trying to explain to your partner, your friends, your family, what it is you're doing or what it is you're paying for, a lot of the times the feedback you get is like, oh, that's crazy. Why would you ever spend money on that? And the automatic response is often, well, you just don't get it. You don't understand. You aren't in the community. You don't see how valuable it is, blah, 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 blah. It actually brings to mind the interview that I did a couple months ago with the woman who ended up ending the relationship with her partner because her partner got so deep into one of these coaching environments that it became a point of contention in the relationship, and they ended up breaking up after having dated for many, many years, which was horrific, but I digress. The point is, her telling this story is basically just demonstrating how much indoctrination takes place to the point where you still now don't see it. You're like, well, my family just wasn't supportive and they just didn't want me to be successful. And so blah, 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 blah. I didn't listen to them, thankfully, and now I'm so successful. Like, I don't know. It's giving like cognitive dissonance, I suppose.
I heard about this event that was happening from this podcast that I listened to, and I didn't really have that much money at that time. I was just building my business. I lived alone in New York City, and I heard about this event where there were going to be other like-minded entrepreneurs that also listened to this podcast, people that liked the same stuff as me, that were growing and interested in personal development and entrepreneurship. And I immediately felt in my gut, oh my gosh, I have to be there. Have you ever felt that way about something? Like your immediate reaction, your gut immediately says, it screams you. I call it my knowing, this inner voice that I have, and it just knows, and it's like, you have to go. But then like 15 minutes later, my fear starts to kick in, like my resistance, and it's like, oh, but you don't have money to go there. You can't go there by yourself. I have to get on an airplane and fly to another city and stay at a hotel. And so all the logistics and all of the like, oh my God, I don't have the money, I don't have the time, I can't leave my dog. All of the things started to come into my mind. And I don't know why I did this, but I'm so glad I did. At that moment in time, I just decided to choose me, because I had this deep desire to speak on stages. I had this deep desire to build a business that could create financial and time and location freedom for me. I had this deep desire to have friends in my life that also believed in the stuff that I was learning and also wanted to grow. I had this deep desire to meet my soulmate. And I knew that if I was going to stay exactly what I was doing every day, being alone, going to Barnes & Noble by myself every day and just slowly building my business, that I was never going to grow. So I invested time and money. I think it was like a couple $1,000s to get myself to this event. Probably ended up being $5,000. That was a lot of money to me at that moment. I did not have it. I put it on a credit card. I got my ass to this event. And I'm so grateful that I did, because at this event, I met several people that took my trajectory of my career to the next level. Some of them like worked for us, and some of them helped me build my first course. And the investment of my energy proved to me, more importantly than anything, I took that risk and I took that chance and I bet on myself and I chose me. But what that did was it prepared me for the next big decision that I had to make several years later. when I got an invite, and I'm going to talk to you about this really quickly, to this mastermind. So this is now Chris and I are together. We've met, we start building our business together, and I get invited to join a mastermind. Those of you that don't know what a mastermind is, it's like a community of entrepreneurs that get together several times a year. All the masterminds are different. This one was a very expensive mastermind. And it was like they were only choosing 100 people to be in it. And as you can see from this photo, mostly men. And I got this invite. And you want to know how much this mastermind was? This mastermind was $100,000 to be in. And at that time, like, and still now and forever, $100,000 is a lot of money. And so I'm on this call and I had the same experience that I had when I was investing the 5K. Literally, I felt immediately the knowing screaming at me, you have to do this. But then
Yeah, super interesting now as she recounts this story. This comment here says, say it with me, investment. How they reframe every expenditure as an investment. How many times have we heard the story of you have to invest in yourself in order to be successful. You have to invest in order to get yourself to take things seriously. If people don't invest, then they're not going to be held accountable to whatever it is they want to accomplish. Honestly, the only thing I'm investing in is the stock market, okay? If I'm expending money in my business, making a business expense, whether that's in education, whether it's in buying a physical thing, a software, whatever, I'm not calling that an investment. It's an expense, okay? Stop trying to make fetch happen because it's not happening. That's all I got to say.
My like other part of my brain steps in. Are you crazy, Jen? $100,000? No way. You can't invest $100,000 of your company's money to go to a mastermind. You would never be able to ROI on that. There'd be so much writing on you. Like, who are you to go to something like that and spend that much money? You can't go. And so I fought tooth and nail to not have to go to this. I was like, I can't make the dates. I don't have the money. But the guy on the other end of the phone was actually a great salesperson.
100%. This story is all about conditioning the audience ready for the call to action by her offer. She's telling this story so that after she gives you her free training, which we're 12 minutes in and haven't even started the training, it's just her yammering about herself. At the end, when she pitches you this program, which I don't even know what they're selling, but let's just guess that it's probably going to be a few $1,000s at least. She can say, well, I invested $100K and I'm offering you this exclusive limited time opportunity for just X number of dollars, right? It's all priming you, manipulating you, allegedly, in my opinion, to get you to buy whatever it is she's selling at the end. Because I was once you and now I'm way better than you. And if you want to be like me, you got to pay me money.
And he was pushing me and my knowing was pushing me. And so I thought back to that time when I knew deep down that I needed to choose myself and I needed to bet on myself and get in that one room in Columbus, Ohio, and get on that plane and just invest $5,000. And so Chris and I made the decision to get me in this room, and we invested more than we've ever invested in anything. We paid $100K for me to be part of this group. And I share this picture because this was my first day at this mastermind. And I want you to see how terrified I was. We all had to stand up and say our name. And I was not speaking on stages at this time at all. And I was so scared to speak in front of the room. And no one was even looking at me. Like, no one even paid attention. I got up and I said my name and look at their faces. He's looking out. No one even cares. I was probably the least experienced, least successful, one of the only women in the room, but I showed up because I invested in myself. I showed up every time. I sat in the front row. I made friends with people in between. I made the connections because I invested so much that so much was riding on me that I stepped up and became a different version of myself. This investment ended up how much do we ROI? 10x? We 10x that investment?
No, a little bit more, like 18.
It was like an 18x.
We did like directly from there. We did about 1.8 million in the year directly from people in that mastermind.
But yes, so financially, yes. But the bigger outcome that I got and why I'm sharing this story is because I now, for this group, I had to stretch myself. I had to stretch my capacity to invest. I had to stretch my capacity to trust myself. I had to stretch my capacity to choose myself, to bet on myself, and to believe that I was worth getting in the room. I had to meet people that were important on my trajectory. Proximity is power. Opportunities come from people. And all of the opportunity that I got in the room led me to now I speak regularly at this mastermind and I teach this group of entrepreneurs. And I'm on the faculty of this mastermind, which is unbelievably mind-blowing to me. And the majority of the stages that I started to book at the beginning of my speaking career were from this group. And this is what kickstarted my trajectory. And so
Okay, sorry, I want to interject with Suzanne's comment here. What is a stage? They all speak on stages, but most are just in a lounge room, either with bad sound. It's so funny you bring this up because before I came on live, I was going through my folder of reaction content, trying to put together content for an upcoming video. And I came across this woman on Instagram who kept making this comment of like, I've spoken on stages in 3 different countries, blah, 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 blah. And then I'm going through her Instagram reels and I'm seeing, much to my point earlier about like, I've been on a cajillion podcasts. Like, okay, if you're on Jane Doe's podcast that she runs from her bedroom, like, is that really a credential? A lot of the content she had posted where she spoke on a stage was her in like a conference room at a hotel with 10 people presenting something. And it's like, okay, there is, hats off to you for being asked to come and speak at someone's, group training or whatever. But that's not really a stage. That's just like you talking in front of a room of people. I get that I'm saying this. The woman in the image here is on a literal stage, whatever. My point is more, a lot of these people will like fudge their experience to make it sound more legitimate than it actually is. Like the woman I was looking at today was saying that her speech was the equivalent of a TED Talk. But again, it was like in a hotel conference room in front of 10 people. So I'm like, girl, do you know what a TED Talk is? Because this ain't it. But I digress. Just interesting to me, I guess, that people will try to like forge a sense of legitimacy by grasping at straws, allegedly, in my opinion.
So I truly believe that it was the first investment of like the 5K to get to that silly little event that I went to that really like harnessed in that belief within myself that if I took action and if I bet on myself and if I got myself out of my little bubble and I met new people, it would work. And it continues to do that for me. So the reason that I want to share this story is because you can have all the knowledge in the world about all the things. Everybody basically does because we have ChatGPT. We have all the knowledge in the world at our fingertips. But some people become successful and some people don't. And I'm not even telling you that I'm the most successful because I'm not. I'm still on my way. Like I'm well on my way. And I'm actively doing the work that I'm telling you to do all the time. And it's scary as shit. But here's the thing. We see a lot of people come through these challenges. A lot. We see a lot of people. We've helped over 50,000 people. And I see the people that become incredibly successful and achieve their desires.
Again, let the record show that just because you had 50,000 people buy doesn't mean you helped those 50,000 people. One is not the same. 1 and 2, not the same.
And get what they want. And I see people who don't, who consistently come back to these challenges year after year and they stay the same. And the difference is very simple. The people that succeed are the people that choose themselves. They're the people that bet on themselves. They're the people that are absolutely terrified, but take action anyway. They fail and then they get back up. They get told no and then they keep pushing. They take the chance. They take the risk and they get in the room. I'll say it again, opportunities come from people. So I want you to really think about why aren't you where you desire yet? Why? What's holding you back?
Okay, we're 16 minutes in. We still haven't got to the training. Suzanne says, start the training already. We're still asking questions. Let me just keep skipping a little bit. So again, similar to the point that was brought up earlier of her like sharing her story to then prime you to buy later. That's what they're doing with these questions. This is like sales call 101 where coaches will get you on a sales call and they'll ask you, so what is it that you want to achieve? Okay, and what happens if you don't achieve that? And how horribly terrible are you going to feel when you're a big fat fucking loser who doesn't buy whatever I'm selling? Isn't that really going to suck? That's really what they want you to get into, is that feeling of like not being enough and, oh, don't worry, I'll sell you my thing and then it'll make you all better. So it continues on. What if I told you we could get you there by the end of the summer? Same thing. Like this is giving me PTSD flashbacks to the sales call that I was on with the coach that wanted me in her like $8,000 program where she was like, oh, so what do you want? And what would you do with the money if you had it? Oh, that's so amazing. How about if I could get you there in 12 weeks? Just give me your credit card information right now. Like it's so icky and manipulative. Okay. Skipping. Now, they're already getting into like what the program is going to be, and they haven't even really done any training. This is interesting. I've never seen it done in this order.
And if you already have an offer, we're going to tweak it and we're going to make sure that it is not.
Okay, I don't need to hear the pitch though. So it's not for you. I'm just kind of reading. I'm pointing at the screen. I'm reading the little preview at the bottom here, how the program works. It's not for you. Let's see who it's not for. because I'm always interested to see if they use manipulation in explaining who it's not for.
We're going to get it spot on. So you don't have to worry and guess, what is my niche? Who is my ideal customer? Phase 2, weeks 4 through 6, we're going to build a high ticket offer and optimize it we're going to get it spot on. Start. You're scared.
Okay, so this program is not for you if you want if you're a coach, blah, 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 that wants to help people with your knowledge. Oh, it's built for you if. Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, so is there no training today? Sorry, I'm like a little bit all over the place, but I'm mostly confused. I thought this was supposed to be how to monetize, and it's literally just gone straight into the sales pitch. Okay, so at 25 minutes, it looks like maybe...
Eastern. That's it.
All right.
That was important. We needed to go through that.
I know.
All right. So
Okay.
Chris, I'm going to hand it over to you, and I'm going to...
Okay, so now we're getting into the training. So if you're jumping on late, for some context, I suppose, this was supposed to be a training. The first 25 minutes are the sales pitch. Now we're getting into the training. This is really, I've never seen anyone structure something like this. If you've seen this before, let me know. But this seems really weird to me to do it in this order.
Come back for Coach's Corner.
All right. Sounds good.
Crush it.
All right. Good job. All right. I'll give everyone a second to apply if you have not yet. Get that in though, because it is not going to last forever. And I'm really, really excited about it, to be honest. All right, because I never went to camp. I couldn't afford camp. My daughter goes, she's gone forever. And Jen went, but I didn't. So this will be the closest thing for me. So help me live vicariously through all of you. Day 3, monetization mastery. Turn your expertise into a 7-figure empire. As always, if you need anything, you can reach out to us at hi@superconnectormedia.com. Make sure that you're getting emails from that email as well. That's where we send everything from. And yeah, we have an amazing team and they're really fast about helping people. So use that and they'll set you up. All right, so we're done with day 1, which was the 12th. Captivating content with Jen. Yesterday, we went through visibility amplification with me. And today, monetization mastery, also with me. So, and tomorrow, everyone who has signed up for VIP, we're going to do that VIP bonus call. So we still have a lot of great stuff to get to. All right.
Well, then get
If you
to
want
it.
to connect with me on Instagram, just scan.
Oh my God, I don't want to connect with you on Instagram. Here we go. Okay, 28 minutes and we're getting into it, maybe, finally.
But I believe that if you follow through with what I'm going to teach you today, even just half of it, you'll be on your way to having something that you can start selling that isn't necessarily just your time. Because what we're going to do is package your knowledge into a high ticket offer. All right. And also automate your revenue. So, and then finally scale what you already know into real wealth. So that's a pretty big, tall order, but I believe that we can do it. Are you guys with me? Can we do it together? Yes, 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 yes. Let's do it. All right, awesome. All right, here's something important for you to know and remember. Visibility gets you seen. Monetization gets you paid. All right, so one of my favorite sayings ever is around like just having followers or having people that are just watching you but aren't really giving you any money. So you can't pay your rent with a pocket full of famous. So just remember that visibility gets you seen, monetization gets you paid. So
so forget your followers because they're useless. We only want people who will give us money. We don't care about followers unless you're giving me all your money. Like, what? What happened to community? What happened to, fostering a sense of belonging? When did it just become about getting people who will give you money? I want to know. Asking for a friend.
Don't just want more content. They want outcomes. Okay? With these few bullet points I'm going to share with you right now, literally, if you just really think about them, they will change your business. You don't need more followers. You need a clear path to income. So I know people that have, 200 followers and, they have a 7-figure business. And, there's a great article or blog post, and it's called 1,000 True Fans. And it talks about how with just 1,000 people, you could build an unbelievably successful business, year after year with these 1,000 true fans. I'll talk about that more in the brand camp. Monetization isn't about hustle, it's about leverage. It's not about hustle, it's about leverage. So this is
Okay, so this guy went on ChatGPT and he said, come up with the 4 most cliche statements about how to make money and put it in a PowerPoint. And then that's what he did. He copied and pasted it into this PowerPoint.
where AI comes into play so much, because it's about how do we leverage the technology to get us more time back, to get us more results. Monetization is what frees you from being the business. So meaning, for all the people who said that they were sick of trading their dollars, their time for dollars, when you're the only one that is, that their people are buying, you're the business. So monetization, when you're able to monetize other parts of your business, that's what frees you from being the business. All right, we're going to do prompts. I think almost every single one of these. I want you to, all right, so here's what we're going to do. Let's get into it. So this is the first prompt. Now, whichever AI you use the most, whether that's ChatGPT, whatever it is. So it's an interesting thing. I'm just going to use ChatGPT for now. You can use it for anything, but here's the prompt. You're an expert offer strategist. Based on what I already teach or do, what would a high ticket offer look like for me? So here's a cool thing. And I haven't run this one yet on here. So what it's going to do, it's going to think about everything it knows about you, and it's going to then suggest what your high ticket offer should look like.
Okay, so this whole presentation is just him giving us prompts. Okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to follow along and see what ChatGPT has to say about me. Okay, hello, ChatGPT. You are an expert offer strategist. Is that even a thing? Based on what you know about me, help me come up with an idea for a high ticket offer I can sell and get so rich. Oh my God, this is funny. Okay, hold on. I will share this window. Guys, I'm going to get so rich after we get off this live stream. Look out. Here's what it says. It has all my experience here. Oh my God. Here we go. It even comes up with a program name. Oh my God, this is so funny. High ticket offer concept, the content revenue engine. Guys, I'm going to become my own worst enemy if I do this, when I do this. Can you see it? Oh, you can't see it. Shit. Sorry. Let me figure out. Here we go. Now you can see it. Oh yeah, baby. We're getting so freaking rich today. Look out. So the offer is called the Creator Authority Accelerator. Honestly, that sounds like probably every other content creator program I've ever heard of. So it fits right in. A 6-week premium hybrid membership where Danielle helps aspiring or struggling digital creators or service providers build a content-driven authority brand that attracts inbound leads, builds community. I'm laughing at how much this sounds like every fucking sales page I've ever read in my life. Oh my God. I'm crying. Who is this program for? Creators stuck at 50 to 20K with no clear monetization. Service providers or coaches making less than $5,000 a month. Creators who want to pivot from UGC/brand deals to offer-based incomes. Former coaching clients. Guys, I'm targeting you. My new offer is going to target people who have been scammed by scamming them myself. Why didn't I think of this myself? I love it. Okay, what's included? Weekly strategy calls, customized content monetization plans, tailored roadmap with platform-specific advice. I'm not kidding. This sounds exactly like every single sales page we have ever read on this channel. Done with you systems, templates for content workflows, content audits and feedback, access to your creator toolkit, private Slack. Oh my God, this is crazy. Tom is celebrating 8 months of membership. I know you've been a member for much longer, but you were a member on your other account. So it's probably closer to 2 years, I would guess. Tom says, I finally get the time to see a Danielle Ryan live stream. Love what you do. Thank you so much, Tom. Tom, to that I will say this.
Now you are one of us. One of us. One of us.
And thank you so much. Tom has generously gifted 5 Danielle Ryan memberships. So welcome to the membership. And thank you so much, Tom. To this, I will say this.
Have you really got that you are God?
Did you know that you are God, Tom? Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the channel memberships. Enjoy access to the emotes, everyone. Appreciate that. And Harrison donated $1.99 saying, I'm sold. Send me the discovery call link. And to that, I will say my favorite soundbite, this one.
You can buy status by just like spending money to be around these people and then just being a cool person.
Spend money to join my high ticket mastermind, and you too will be around me. I'm a cool person, and then you will become a cool person by hanging around me. And this is what I'm going to teach you inside the program.
Take trips, post on Instagram, buy a cool car, post on Instagram, get your Instagram popping.
I'm going to teach you how to get your Instagram popping for the low price of $2,500 to $5,000 based on access level and bonuses. Okay. If you want the VIP day for an extra $1,000, just let me know. Lori, welcome. You are late. Yes. I will be getting rich soon when I launch my new program, courtesy of ChatGPT. So stay tuned for that. Suzanne says, mine is hilarious. We'll email it to you later. Here's the overview. Number 1, burn the BS. Phase 2, boundaries with teeth. Phase 3, identity upgrade. My price is, this price it's suggesting for me is $2,500 to $5,000 based on the level. And then I can upgrade people into one-on-one/VIP for an extra $1,000 to $1,500. Thank you so much, Tom. Tom says, some of the best content out there. Take down all those scammers and send them to a therapist. Just don't send them to me. Appreciate you.
I'm always baffled when people don't have a life coach or don't want one. I'm like, what? It's the most amazing thing ever.
I just don't understand why everyone doesn't have a life coach. It's just the most amazing thing ever. So I'll be sure to not send them your way. Don't worry. I'll be sending them to my favorite life coach. That's a joke. Yes. Okay. Continuing. Blah, blah, blah. Why this works. Don't care. Bonus. Oh, here we go. We got some bonus add-ons that I could include. An audit bundle. $1,000, $997 to submit a week of content and get your feedback. Can you imagine me charging you $1,000 to look at your last 5 Instagram posts? Like, that's actually insane. Oh, and it's also suggesting that I create an evergreen workshop, which I will definitely post as a live webinar, but not tell anyone that it's not actually live, called Monetize Without a Course, and train people how they can buy. Oh my God, this is so stupid. It's stupid, but also hilarious because this is legitimately what we see on every fucking sales page. This is so crazy. Do you want to go full mastermind mode, or would you rather start with a mid-ticket test run? Let's do the mastermind, baby. Let's see what he says. He, it, she. Yes, let's build this mastermind. Okay, so we got phase 1, offer skeleton. And then, okay, so here's the prices. I'm going to offer a standard program for $2,500, which is all the group calls. Then $4,500 for premium, which you get one-on-one strategy session or Voxer. And then $6,000 all access private content teardown review. These prices are crazy. I guess it's just funneling from existing offers. But like objectively, I think that these prices are a little bit ridiculous, especially if you're targeting like beginner content creators who aren't making any money. They're not even likely to get that ROI for like at least the first year. That's so crazy to me. Like if all I'm doing is teaching them how to launch like a YouTube channel, for example, you're not making that money back. Okay. Hey, bestie, this was all just a joke. LMAO, got it. Okay, thank you so much. Now it's helping me turn it into a YouTube video, so I love that. I love you, ChatGPT. Don't kill me in the robot apocalypse, please. I beg of you. Okay, let's get back to this enthralling, riveting, amazing, incredible live training and see what we're going to learn next.
So what it's saying is here's.
Okay, so we can skip past his stuff because I already did it for you. And see what we're going to do next. Okay, then he's going to teach us how to use... This is so stupid. Guys, you don't need to sit through a 2-hour live training to learn how to use ChatGPT to help you come up with an offer and create a sales page. Do it yourself. Do what I just did. What I just did here in 5 minutes, that's all you got to do. Not that I recommend you use ChatGPT and copy and paste it, but if you're already considering watching a useless training like this, you're probably the type of person that would just copy and paste it. So don't watch that. Just do what I did. Okay, thanks. What's the price for a live concert? Hey, ChatGPT, I'm going to be putting on a live concert. I'm a really talented singer. How much should I charge the tickets to my audience? Do you accept payments in Super Chat? I can put you on a payment plan. If you want the VIP $5,000 offer, I'll put you on a payment plan of just $3,000 $2 Super Chats for the rest of eternity. And then you can pay it off. I have to charge you $3,000 because you got to pay interest if you're poor and need a payment plan. So... take notes, everyone.
So 3 to 7 seconds. So think about that the next time with your headline and why it has to be so good. Why now? Why you? I know you guys are going to remember that. Why now? Why you? You're going to build trust, testimonials, speak of social proof sells, break down the values. You're going to stack the wins. And then there needs to always be a clear CTA, call to action. Make the next stop obvious and exciting. All right. So we're going to do this prompt. All right. This is kind of cool. Write a sales page headline and subheading for an offer that helps. You're going to...
This is so ridiculous. So this whole training is just him giving you prompts to use on ChatGPT. There's probably a YouTube video that explains this in literally 10 minutes. I guess so. The grifters are not the smartest of people. They actually do need extra help understanding basic concepts and tactics. I'm going to go to YouTube on my phone right now. And I'm going to see if I can find a YouTube video that would teach me exactly this in literally less than 2 hours. Because this webinar is 2 hours. Okay. How to craft an offer using... Wait for my business. Using ChatGPT. Get rich with AI. How to use ChatGPT to blow up your business. It's a 7-minute video. Marketing your business using ChatGPT. 20-minute video. 7 ChatGPT prompts that will change your business. 14 minutes. See, you don't have to sit through a 2-hour webinar and try and sign up for some program. You can learn this on YouTube for free. Yeah, the whole training could have been a blog post. $3,002 payments is how you're going to end up like Klarna. Truth. So true. Okay, I don't want to watch this if it's just going to be prompts. So let's skip past that and get to this part where he's talking to someone.
With extended support or testing, 5,000 plus.
Like, see, this is exactly, if you are just listening, come and look at the screen. This is exactly what ChatGPT gave me. You know, here are the tiered options. You can charge this much. If you do a VIP, you can add this much to your price. It's just it's crowdsourcing, obviously, sales pages that already exist. But it's like, if we're all going to end up with relatively the exact same offer, how is this any different than what we are already seeing in the coaching industry, where it's like, I did this thing, just copy exactly what I did. Like, now you're just copying ChatGPT, which is copying the same people. Like, stupid. Oh, thank you so much. Devin just subscribed to the channel. Thank you and welcome.
Raise your hand if you want to get rich.
If you want to get rich, you're in the right place. Probably not, actually.
Then group version, which would be $997. And then it even gives you a positioning angle. The cost of not solving your hormone imbalances, ongoing fatigue, weight gain, burnout, and band-aid fixes. This is a lasting reset. So it's really what's the, So Christina, can you just introduce yourself to everyone, give a rundown of what you do? And yeah, I mean, they're going to love you and you're going to have so.
Can I just say this is the weirdest format for a training? So we started the slideshow asking the audience a question. Then the woman went into her like rags to riches story. Then they pitched you their paid program. Then they gave you some ChatGPT prompts. And now they're doing like a live interview series. Like, what? I would be pissed. This is a waste of my time. This is a waste of my time. And I am just like reacting to it. I can't imagine coming to this seriously, hoping that I'm going to learn something.
So many new podcast subscribers.
I love it. Sure. So I'm Christina Deering. I am a shaman and a business intuitive. I have a podcast. It's called You Unlimited. It's one of my favorite places to play. It's for entrepreneurs that want to scale to 7 figures and beyond. So it's a really fun place to lean in, and you'll hear incredible guests like Chris was on.
What was this lady's name? Her voice sounds so familiar.
So just really, really powerful insights from people that are doing the damn thing. And it's a lot of fun to just play in that space.
So can you talk to us a little bit about how you found us when we started working together, and like what's kind of happened since then? Because I love your story is amazing.
Yeah. So I found y'all through an ad, which is so funny. The ads work. And I was like, oh, this is exactly what I need. Like my business, I was doing things kind of like the old school way. And I was like, I need to automate. I need to use AI. Like things are taking too long. And so I leaned in because I just wanted to learn AI and learn how to just automate stuff and make stuff faster. And so at that moment in time, I was doing everything myself. So I was like, how can I use AI to make things faster? And so I was like, I'm going to take.
Okay. Using 4 ChatGPT prompts doesn't mean that you're leveraging AI to make your business faster. Let me just say that. Like, what?
Plunge. I'm going to lean in because I'm like very tuned into people's energy. And I could feel from both you and Jen, like just the genuineness from everything that you guys are saying, that you like everything that you preach, you do. You're authentic. You fully share authentically every single thing that like from like the ways that you won, also down to like, you're like, yeah, I failed doing that. And like, here's how I got back up. Like that has made me feel so much more connected during this journey of entrepreneurship, where I'm like, oh my gosh, even if I do fail, I just get myself right back up and figure out how to kind of lean forward from there. So I decided to take the plunge. And ever since I started working with you and Jen, I got really clear on my messaging, because before it was like very kind of like abstract. And so it wasn't attracting the right people into my space. And so the second I started getting really clear on like, who do I actually serve? How can I actually share that message? I started attracting in the right people, and it 10x'd my income, which is like such a godsend. I was able to hire a full-time VA. So like all the other things that I was automating, I could now hand off, which was like such a blessing. So I can just really focus in on serving. And then I launched this podcast, You Unlimited, and in 2 months, it became a top podcast worldwide. And I attribute that to the people that I've met through you and Jen. Like it's through like the network and the connections that the guests that I have on there, I think like 99% of them are people that I met through y'all. So it was like, wow, there's something to be said about like playing in proximity to people that are up to big things. So it's just been really cool to just see how my brand has exploded and how I can just deeply impact people by being myself. It's a lot of fun.
It's so cool. And I mean,
okay, she's saying it's a top podcast, but it doesn't even, when you search You Unlimited on Google, it doesn't even come up. What?
Another thing, there's so many podcasts out there. I just wanted to for you to take some real credit of you launched something that's really successful and also that's making you money and that you're really loving, to do. That's huge. There's a lot of podcasts and nobody listens to them. So it's really big. I just want to make sure that you recognize that, because I know how much is out there, and I know also that you also really enjoy your podcast and the whole, and that it does really well for you.
Okay, I think we're going to have to listen to this on another live stream. I'm looking it up now. Okay. I don't know. I don't want to come off as you're not even that successful. But the actual podcast only has 29 reviews. That doesn't seem like a lot. This is the thing about podcasts is you can't actually publicly see how many listens or downloads it gets. But let me just compare it to one of the podcasts that I listen to regularly. How many reviews do they have? On Spotify, yeah, they have over 10,000 reviews, and that's an actual really popular podcast. This woman's on Spotify has 13 reviews. So it's not to be that's an accomplishment. You've committed to this thing. You've, shown up every week and posted content. I understand how much work goes into that. So I'm not trying to diminish her success. But again, it's this leveraging that to make it sound like it's more important than it is. Okay, cool, you have a podcast, but it's not one of the top podcasts in the world. I can tell literally just by looking at the number of reviews you have. It's the deception that really pisses me off. Own your accomplishments. That's amazing. You have a podcast. Even one person listens to it. That's incredible. But to then be oh, and it's a top listen podcast in the world. No, it's not. It's objectively not.
It's amazing.
Yeah. I think that's such a powerful point that you made. I enjoy it. So much of what you and Jen push for is build it your way. Whatever you're building, please build it your way so that you have the vitality.
Suzanne, I have a top podcast. It's not that hard. Isn't it the majority of podcasts don't post more than 10 episodes? So as long as you post more than 10 episodes, you're technically in the top 10% or something.
To show up and serve. And so you're I'm not going to prescribe something. I'm going to share with you what I did, but I'm going to help you find within yourself the way to build it yourself so that you want to show up for it. So that's been huge. Because now I've set up my business where I get to spend more time with my son while it's still growing, and that to me is so important. So I found this really beautiful balance where Fridays I take.
Okay. So this is just them talking to clients, I guess. So trying to get more people to buy, which is an interesting approach. I'm going to skip.
And all right, let's keep going. She's going to drop her Instagram and her podcast, and just follow her, subscribe to the podcast. It's really good. Yes, I was on it. And it's really funny because I don't do too many podcasts either. So thank you, Christina. All right, let's get back to AI and monetization and everything.
Again, such a weird format. Why are we doing talk about ourselves, pitch our program, do a little bit of teaching, bring in a testimonial, do a little bit more teaching. Just teach me everything I need to know and then get into the sales pitch and the testimonial, in my opinion.
In between. All right. So we just did the expertise prompt, and let's keep going. All right. So this is another one that you're going to want to take a picture of. This is the offer mapping grid. So this is a little bit more in depth on what I was just showing you, but this is something that we revert to when we're creating something.
Okay, so all they've done is taken the prompt that we did earlier and asked ChatGPT to put it into a table format. Next.
It could be them losing pain. I'm going to show you how to do this in a minute. You can build your offer in a Google Doc, test it with AI, and then if you wanted to, send it to a designer to create into a sales page.
Wait, did you guys send your copy to a designer to turn it into a sales page? Because I would ask for my money back.
All right, so here, let me show you this. Actually, and hold on one second. All right, I want to show you. So, for example, why is it not open? Hold on. With Brandcamp, there's no sales page for this. This is the sales page. It's a Google Doc. I'm going to go back to the prompt. Don't worry. So this, I'm going to share it with everyone. So that is
The way he's giving this webinar feels like the way that I live stream. I don't know where the button is. What am I clicking on?
the actual that's basically the sales page. So I do this all the time. I think our last 2 or 3 offers, I don't think we had a sales page for any of them. I think everything, I'm pretty sure everything, network and like 7-figure offers, and everything was in a sales page. In a Google Doc, because it's so quick and easy to create, and and you can do pretty much everything. And then it also feels a little bit more, it feels a little bit more personal, a little bit more secretive.
Wait, I'm confused. So are they actually just sending this Google Doc to people that want to buy their program? This is crazy. Are people doing that? Is this a thing that people do? You just put it in a Google Doc and then send it to people? This is giving lazy. If I'm going to pay someone thousands of dollars, they sure as shit better not be sending me a Google Doc. Like, at least give me a landing page. You can buy one for like $15.
That type of thing. And it's cool because, Google Docs is so great with like their outline function is so good now. So, all right. Cool, right? So here, I'm going to show you.
Yeah, I will say this comment here says he's not a good salesman. This is probably one of the most like sort of chaotic, disorganized feeling webinars that we've watched ever, I would think. Like, at least a lot of these people, even though they're selling nonsense, most of them, all of them, they kind of know how to use whatever platform they're presenting on. He seems kind of lost and disinterested.
A prompt for a Google Doc, how to generate it using AI. Okay. Generate a high-ticket offer using this structure for an expert who helps, blah, blah, blah. Wait, that's the wrong one. What's going on?
Yikes.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, this is painful. I know I keep skipping around, but if you've been on any of these streams, you know that this is the name of the game. So he's just back in ChatGPT again, it looks like.
And, go further and further, and, go.
Here
Number 1. Is this you?
Oops.
Lead magnet.
Okay, so here we go. This is what he's trying to get ChatGPT to help him with. The lead magnet, which a lead magnet is like something that you get people to sign up for free, whether it's a live training, some kind of downloadable PDF, voice, audio files, whatever. You basically just wait to collect emails. Once you get that, then you put them in your email sequence, which helps to build trust. Then you lead them to your sales page, then follow up through email, and then you get them to check out. So it's just like, you should not be using ChatGPT to write your emails. People are going to be able to tell it's written by ChatGPT, okay? Allegedly, in my opinion. Suzanne says, I have used a Google Doc to test my offers. My offers are $29, not $1,000. Big difference here. I'm just thinking, if it matches the price point, sure. But if I'm spending thousands of dollars on an offer, you better not be sending me a Google Doc. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, we haven't ruled out that he's a captive being forced to pitch this against his will. That was the vibe I was getting at the beginning, was like, we have to keep in mind this guy doesn't even want to be here. So if he's acting strange, that's why. His wife is in the background. Just kidding. Don't demonetize me, please.
Well, the prompt, just look at it now, so you don't have to write in a second. Give me 10 ways to handle objections for my offer. All right, so we're going to do this. This is really, really important, because this is where people get caught up. Someone like option.
Prompts.
Be accepted. You have to do your interview in order to find out what the price. Stepping in. So we've got, how was that, you guys? I mean, I was listening in the background. Freaking epic, amazing. Can you imagine what the paid thing is? I'd be thinking, I'm like, oh my God, we're giving it all away. But I think that is, we want to set you up for success no matter what. And we have a theme of over delivering, and we always want to stick to that. We have a reputation. So who won?
All right, 3 winners: Julie Cadman, Sammy B, and Amanda Moss.
Let's go.
Yep.
Amazing. Okay, so what's going to happen? First of all VIPs, we will see you tomorrow for Q&A. That is same time, same place. VIPs can join us. We'll be doing laser coaching. You guys can ask us anything and we will dive right on into your specific things that you're dealing with. So we'll get real honed in and come prepared with your questions. And those of you who want to stick around, I'm going to stick around to answer questions about Brand Camp.
Yep.
And we'll just chit chat for Coach's Corner for the next, until all of your questions are answered.
Keep asking our question. Let's see how long she can
He
go.
wants me to stay on all night long. He's like, stay on longer. And I'll stay on till all the questions have been answered. But only questions about Brand Camp. That's what it is. The real Q&A happens tomorrow.
If you want, don't worry. They'll reach out to you. You don't have to do anything.
Yeah, you don't have to.
All right. Thank you,
Our
guys.
computer, so it's going to go black for a second, but just stay tuned if you want to stay for Coach's Corner. Welcome to the Jen Show. I hope you guys are great. Are y'all just mind blown right now? Or are you just trying to marinate in everything that you just learned so much? I know. He's so smart. I'm like, it's insane, but I get to learn from him all the time. That's one of the benefits. Listen, I want y'all to have a Christmas be accepted. You have to do your interview in order to find out what the price is. I'm not going to share that. That's the only thing I can't share. So you raise your Zoom hand, come on down. You'll say,
Okay, so you don't get to know the price unless you get on a sales call. Red flag. And if you're new here, the reason why that's a red flag is because this is a classic, in my opinion, manipulation tactic these people use. Not to be confused with you offering a custom service to a client and needing to get on a sales call to figure out what exactly it is they need so you can quote them appropriately. The reason why, in my opinion, this is misleading or manipulative in this specific context is because everyone who signs up is being offered the same program. You're all coming in to learn how to use AI to do your marketing. Yes, there's the VIP option or the regular option, but even still, one offer is going to be X number of dollars and the other offer is going to be, X number higher. So let's say the $5,000 program is the regular price and it's $7,000 for VIP. That doesn't change regardless of who the client is. It's the same price for everyone. So there's no reason that your sales page can't say the regular program's $5,000 and the VIP is $7,000. The only reason they don't want to tell you the price is because they want to get you on a call, ask you certain questions that condition you to feel really excited about the offer, and then they're going to pitch you and kind of back you into a corner. Allegedly, in my experience, I'm not saying that's what these people do, but that's what every other single sales call I've ever been on has done. They do it so that you basically feel more compelled to say yes and hand over your credit card. So just keep that in mind. Anytime someone's like, oh, I don't do the price unless you get on a sales call, unless you're purchasing a custom service, there is no reason for them to gatekeep the price from you.
I'm grateful.
And even if you're purchasing a custom service, you should at least know a starting range that you're going to be expected to pay. Just saying.
And my question about Brand Camp is, okay, Amanda Moss, congratulations to the winner. Winner chicken dinner. Here she is, $100. Welcome.
Hi. Thank you. I am grateful for a mutual connection of ours, Tiffany Peterson, who actually brought you into my sphere. So have loved Tiff and worked with her for a long time. So grateful for that and just the power of people and networking.
I love her so much. I'm going to message her today. Thank you.
So my question is, I asked this to Nicole as well on our call. So what I'm looking to create, I haven't used AI really at all. So this has been such a gift to learn from you and Chris about all of these things. And my mind is kind of exploding. But the question would be, if I want to create a system where I can generate my own content into a digital product for someone, is that something we can work on in Brand Camp? So more context, I am working on creating astrology birth charts for people to help them better understand themselves, but I want it to be in my voice and expertise. And I've been compiling this, but it's also taking a lot of time. So let's speed up that process with AI. And so I just was curious if that was something that we could address.
Couldn't I just ask ChatGPT myself if I wanted an astrology birth chart? If I just say, I was born on this day at this time, make this for me. Cut out the middleman. I'm telling you guys, everything these people are selling to you, you can do for free if you go on YouTube and ask YouTube how to do it. Or just go to ChatGPT and say, how do I do ABC? And it'll tell you.
Dress in Bandcamp, or if there was not Bandcamp, Brand.
I know. When I came up with the name, I was actually thinking how cute in my head. One time in Bandcamp. Yeah, I know.
Exactly. Question 1, do you have a credit card? Question 2, what are the numbers on the credit card? Suzanne, this is day 3. This is an open-ended Q&A at the end of day 3. So the training was, here are all these different prompts you can use to create an offer. Again, things you could Google. And now if you have questions about the paid offer, this is your chance to ask them.
It's great. Okay, so yes, because here's the thing, like we're going to be creating all different types of stuff in Braincamp. We're going to be focusing on creating your offer, but it sounds like your offer is going to incorporate, this is a deliverable, like you're going to be creating these deliverables for your clients. And we want to be able to create them really quickly and systematize it so you can use AI to make it fast. What I will say is, we don't have in the curriculum that, we actually build a lot of our curriculum as we go based on what you guys want. So knowing that you want that, we can add, I'm starting to think about it already, but we're not specifically teaching you how you can create birth charts in AI. However, in Braincamp, you're going to have plenty of opportunities to ask Chris anything you want. So being in this container is essentially like the experience that you've had here with the challenge. You're just going to have this all summer with us, where every week, once a week we get together and you can ask questions, and you can ask questions in the Facebook group. So let's say you're working on it and you're just like, what tool should I use? Or you come on and you ask Chris a question and you can ask him that and he can give you advice.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Great to meet you. So everyone's going to be getting really clear on their message and what they're talking about, and what their focus is in the first phase, where we're really going to just dial that in. So yes.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. And thank you for this, you guys.
You're going to all just be having the same stuff. Like when I looked up what offer I should make, mine looked exactly like this guy's, but it had my niche instead of his. Like, this is, again, it's no different than me joining, Jane Doe's coaching program and just copying what Jane Doe did in order to start my own coaching program. Just now we're letting ChatGPT be the Jane Doe in this situation. This makes me feel sad for all of these people that are asking questions like they don't know any better. And they think these people are experts, and they're fakes, allegedly, in my opinion.
I really want to focus on creating an offer there, but I also am an Akashic reader and I want to go with like my spiritual gifts and coaching. Mm-hmm. So in the Bandcamp, is there going to be like, is it best to just focus on one, or is there a possibility of kind of birthing two?
Okay, so here's my thoughts on this. So when you're building a personal brand, it's really cool because a personal brand is you as a person. And most people are multifaceted people, especially the people we deal with, very, very passionate about a lot of different things, right? And that's cool. And I think that when you're building your personal brand, you should share all of you with your audience, because someone's going to connect with you because they're like, oh, wow, she likes photography, but she's also spiritual. I'm going to choose this photographer to teach me because I'm also spiritual. So it's good to share all of the different facets of who you are in your personal brand. However, the same, like on the other side of the coin, if you really want to become successful in something, I always want people to focus in on that thing and go all in on that one thing. Because if we're half-assing, meaning like one ass cheek is in one area and one ass cheek is on the other, you don't ever get your full ass experience. And problem. And this is a lot of people's problem. And many people come to us that are very multi-passionate a lot. And so we see this all the time. Like they really want to create this brand about this, but then they're spending half of their day seeing this, like kind of sort of like still living in this life and wanting, you can do all, I don't care which one you pick, right? Let's just say you go all in on the photography, do the spirituality all day long, talk about the spirituality stuff within your photography brand, but focus in on making one a revenue generating activity. Like let's create a really strong offer and drive leads to that offer in one. So you can actually like prove to yourself, wow, I can make money. I have a business that's working.
Okay, but that's true. But do it without this program. Just focus on one thing and prove that people even want to buy it before you're spending money trying to like create more offers in that niche. Again, like I always say, you got to find product market fit before you start spending your money to try and learn how to scale your business that doesn't even exist because you're selling something people don't want to buy. Like, I can't listen to any more of this. I feel horrible for all of these people that are like asking questions and feeling so excited for this opportunity when these people are stealing their money, allegedly, in my opinion. Like, absolutely not. I feel so sad for everyone in this video. I did want to check this VIP day. I don't know why this is here because I think you had to pay extra. So
good to see you.
This is crazy. How do I have access to this? Someone sent me this link. Maybe they paid for the VIP. But I guess because I'm not able to actually ask questions, it's okay that I can see what the VIPs got access to. But the idea of the VIP day was for them to be able to ask questions specific about them. So I am kind of curious as to like what they cover in here. So we'll watch parts of it.
If you have not done so yet, please make sure is not over yet. We might just surprise you a little bit more with some little extra goodies, maybe extra calls, maybe extra bonus. This already, so just we want to share forever.
Recorded and you get the replay for this. If you're a VIP, you get anything that we do, even like bonus sessions or anything, you'll get all those. So they'll be in the portal that you can access, for the life of the program. So Yeah, so you'll get all that.
Awesome. Okay, so Chris reminded me of this story this morning. We were talking about just like, man, getting really resourceful when it comes to making sure that the things that you want happen. The theme that we were talking about a lot yesterday was, why are you here and what do you want? Why are you here and what do you want? Because for some crazy reason, some of you didn't even know us and you clicked on a Facebook ad, a random ad that spoke to you, and you were like, I'm going to go as far as to not just click on this ad, but sign up for this free challenge and get on these calls. And you stuck through it. If you're on this call right now, it means that you did all the things. You clicked on the ad, you signed up for the challenge, you got.
Oh my God, this lady's so boring. Blah, blah, blah.
I needed to bring in income. So I go back to waiting tables and I'm.
Okay, now she's telling another sob story and then is probably going to sell us something.
Okay. All right. So here's something really fun that I'm going to teach you. Now, I can't promise you how long this is going to last, that this works. I can't promise you that it just didn't work for me. I don't know if this is a magic thing, but every time I do this, it works very, very, very well. This is a social media strategy for stories. So stories are that little, like the button where, somebody has their profile picture lit up and you can click on it and you see the behind the scenes stories. We talked about that on day one. Like that's the BTS. That's the blooper reel of your media company.
Okay. If you don't even know what an Instagram story is, you probably shouldn't be buying a multiple $1,000 program to grow your business. You should figure out how social media works first for free. Again, go on YouTube and say, how do I use Instagram? Please, for the love of God, stop giving your money to grifters to learn shit that you could learn for free. I'm begging you.
However, behind those stories can get a lot of opt-ins and views and can sell very, very well if you do this very specific strategy. It works for me. You can try it. I can't guarantee it. I don't work for Instagram, but right now this is working. So post your most viewed story ever. So this is how you're going to do it. And I promise you, I would tell you this. You can share it if you want, but this is pretty cool. So number one, don't post any stories for 24 hours. So don't post anything for 24 hours. Go dark.
So this is when you have something that you really want to promote.
Yes. So let's say you want to promote a webinar that you're doing. I'm going to give that example. So like if you really want to enroll a lot of people into a webinar, I would not post for 24 hours. And then I would do one slide, a very text heavy single slide story that has a call to action for a DM. So what do I usually do? This is what works the best for me. I will usually put the webinar up on my story so you can kind of see what it is. And sometimes I'll make it a video where I'm scrolling through and you can sort of see, but you can't really see. And then I will say, and this will be the only story that I have on my feed for 24 hours. And then it'll just say some text, free trainings tomorrow, DM me social, like glued to the screen, creating the most epic social media training for you. DM me social media to grab the link.
This isn't that interesting though. And I mean, I say this as like, I posted a story quite similar to this before I came live, just saying like, hey, I'm live. I don't do that thinking I'm going to get, 1,000 story replies. I do it so that the people who actively watch my stories that want my content will come and check it out. But this isn't like a strategy that I would teach people of like, oh, post that you're doing a webinar on your Instagram story. Again, this isn't revolutionary. And I mean, like, specific to the text that she's using, that doesn't incite any amount of like wonder or interest. Like if I'm going to post, for example, I often will post my reels to my Instagram stories. I always try to add like a little sentence or something that at least like somewhat piques curiosity to get people to want to click and watch the reel. To me, to say like, oh, I'm making an epic social media training. Like, okay, but what am I actually going to learn? What's in it for me? What transformation are you offering me? Rather than just saying, I'm having a free training. Give me the outcome of what I'm going to achieve. And that's going to be a lot more interesting and likely for me to want to sign up. Just in marketing in general. You got to like think about what is the person who's watching this going to accomplish or receive as a result of doing the thing versus like, oh, this is all about me. I'm so amazing. Look at this thing that I created.
And usually whenever I do this strategy, we get thousands of views, thousands of DMs, and I'm going to do it one more time. I'm grateful for, really quick gratitude. And then my question is, now when you ask the question, you must start with my question is, don't start with your backstory. Don't tell us a zillion things about your life. We love you, but we need to keep this tight because there's a lot of people here. If we have a question about your backstory, then we'll ask you. I'm grateful for, my question is, are we okay?
Don't tell me who you are because I don't care. All I see is dollar signs.
Committed to doing the framework. It's going to help you even more than it helps us. It's going to keep it tight, keep it right. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
Great. Okay, amazing. Chris, do you want to have me pick or you want Keith to pick the people?
Keith can pick them.
All right, Keith, Pick the people. All right, Mara.
Hi. Thank
Hi.
Hi there. So first of all, I am ever grateful to you adorable two, because I don't know how I got lucky enough to end up with you in my feed, but I did, and it's just been fabulous. My question is for someone like myself who up until now, because I'm changing a belief in an instant, did that yesterday with you guys, had a fear of even showing up, never mind speaking, on cam. So I'm starting from the ground and I'm going to rise up like a phoenix.
I am laughing at the fact that she didn't follow the rules. The rule was don't give us background information, just ask your question. And she is giving background information. And I can see this woman is like smiling, but on the inside, she's dying.
I don't even know really yet I know how to do a Facebook post because I'm a writer, but can you just suggest quick, like how I might find some tutorials online, how to do Instagram? I have 2 Instagrams. I have followers. I don't post. I have 1 post, and I think it might be my dog. I need to learn but my dog's cute. I need to learn how to do posts, and I don't want to have to ask anyone. I'm a grown-up. So any suggestions as to where I might find tutorials other than Canva, because I covered that already.
Yeah, so I just want to reflect something to you, and then I'll let Jen do the answer. So you're actually great on video, and you're really funny, and you have great energy when you're not thinking that you have to be on video. So like if you were how you just were from the beginning to to the end of your question, you would be killing it on social media. So that's what I want to tell you. Like you, as soon as you came on here, you had great energy. You made a joke, about your dog. Like like that's how you should be. And the problem,
I keep clicking the button, sorry,
is that we think we have to be some other way and that we need to find a tutorial, we need this, and that's not really the answer. It's really being who you actually are. So you definitely have, like, I can tell you have a sense of humor,
just be your true authentic self. Guys, go to YouTube. You want to learn? She's saying she doesn't know how to use social media. She has 5 followers. Go to YouTube. How to grow my Instagram. There will be free videos you can watch. You don't need to pay a scammer on the internet to learn how to use social media. I get it. Sometimes there's like a generational gap here. I can intuitively learn a new social media platform. If I gave my dad the same thing, he wouldn't be able to figure it out. I would have to show him how. That's fine. He could watch a YouTube video that would teach him. Stop giving your money to these people. Okay, I don't want to watch this anymore. I get the idea. All these people are just going to ask questions, and then they're going to get pitched again probably at the end, like buy my stuff. Now, I did think it was interesting. The person who sent me this also told me to look these people up on Reddit. So we're going to read through this Reddit thread, and we can maybe look at their Instagrams if we want. But I just wanted to give like a little bit more context to allegedly the experience of what's going on here. Yes, exactly. This comment says she's not even asking them how. She's asking them how to go find something to tell her, and then they're not even giving an answer. They're just saying, "Oh, you're already amazing on camera." Okay, that doesn't answer my question of how the fuck do I use Instagram. I need you to tell me how to do that. Not that I would be good at it if I knew how to do it, because I don't know how to do it. Are you listening? Hello? Hello? Is anybody home? That's what I want to know. Okay, so these are the people, and Super Connector Media is the name of their company. And so this was before this offer that we just watched. This post is from 7 months ago. So this was before the like brand camp was launched, I guess. So this particular individual is asking, what was your experience like with these people? And they're saying, I have followed them for years. They claim to be a mindset coach and a thought leader, and that he is a super connector. They used to use these Be Seen 5-day free challenges hosted via Zoom with a lot of hype. So similar to what we just watched. Those two hyping themselves and each other up, get testimonials from their own coaches about how great and wonderful they are. So shout out to whoever in the comments said that Amy Porterfield is probably their coach. I'm going to have to agree with you there. And that's why they have her testimonial on their sales page. But the whole thing really centers around pitching their mastermind. Their biggest success is another former female Christian pastor turned OnlyFans star who gets on news and her story in the media. They have a washed up 80s actress from some TV show that no one remembers as one of their coaches, who sucks up to Jen and Chris like their program is God's gift and as if she owns their whole career. Interesting. I befriended some people on Facebook who did drink the Kool-Aid and join the mastermind program, which they were charging an absurd amount of money for. And they claim they only open the doors to their exclusive mastermind once a year, so act now or don't miss out. And they talk about how FOMO ensures that people will join. But within a few months, 2 of the people I befriended and talked to bailed on Chris and Jen and said they weren't getting what they were paying for. As always, keep in mind, this is just alleged. This is just a random post on Reddit. Is it true? I don't know. Is this even a real person? Who knows? I was curious because a friend and I were toying with making a lip gloss and bath bomb brand. We were interested in learning about marketing and promotion and getting seen by the market if we were going to go forward. And these people offered a free workshop, challenges, and seminars on getting your brand in front of the media. They've since moved on from that and no longer seem to do those same be seen workshops. Okay, so it sounds like the people we just watched used to, instead of selling, how to use AI to build your offers and build your business, their thing was like how to get featured in the media and be seen and create a brand that is seen. So it's interesting to see that they've completely abandoned that and are now shifting into like what's trending. They're always changing their gimmick. Okay, exactly what I just said. He tried to do an AI selling course, which I guess didn't pan out because they dropped that one quick and moved on to social media selling systems and are now starting a production company to make your social media reels. They jump ship so often, it makes me dizzy. They aren't consistent. They are very conceited, obsessed with themselves and each other. I think that that's like a common characteristic of many of these coaches in the pyramid, if you will, is that you really have to think that you are the gift to the earth in order to really own the grift. Like it's a requirement, I would say. She had one small role in an off-Broadway production of The Wedding Singer as the toxic girlfriend, and she hosted a metal show on VH1, which she loves to poop on and brags about how much she hates heavy metal. It's rather obnoxious. That's her entire claim to fame, and now she wants to be a big shot speaker, but her story isn't impressive or inspiring. She had rich parents who helped her get on her feet when she lost her job and was addicted to drugs. Wow, so inspiring. I'd recommend avoiding these charlatans and saving your money. They're just trying to make money off gullible people like all the other coaches. I'm curious to hear people's honest experience with them because I can't find honest reviews on Yelp or Google. This commenter says, I met them in person several times. They're super fake. They'll seem like they're talking to you and pretending to be genuinely interested, but looking over your shoulder for someone more important to talk to. It's interesting they say this because in that training we just watched, I was getting the impression that as that person was talking, they're all kind of like, I don't really care what you're saying. I just need to close the sale. That was the vibe I was getting. Again, that's just my opinion. They pivoted from fake Forbes articles to the AI trend. That's what it sounds like. Yeah, conceited, trend chasing, constant pivoting is definite grifter givens. 100%. I had a really bad experience in their mastermind and ended up leaving it after 2 months. I had a sales call with the pastor turned OnlyFans model during one of their virtual events, and she said that we'd get personal support from Chris and Jen, which convinced me to sign up. After I did, I realized that they're not delivering what they promised. Their live coaching calls / trainings were ridiculously basic with little value. Well, if you paid attention during their webinar, you would see that that was incredibly basic. So why would you think the paid offer is going to be any better? Like how to use social media to market your offer, which entailed, I kid you not, how to use Facebook and post in groups. Well, that's what that one lady needed. She wanted to learn how to use Instagram, so maybe it will be helpful. They also do this weird cultish thing where they put music on at the beginning of each call to hype people up, and it just felt weird, especially seeing everyone clapping and singing. I mean, I understand hyping people up, but on every single call, it was ridiculous. When I realized I was getting zero value from the mastermind, I decided to leave, and 3 people from their team ambushed me in an exit call to convince me to stay. I was honest about the lack of delivery versus promise, and I said I was kind of lied to by the OnlyFans model since she said we'd get personalized support, which was not true. Then one of the other people gaslit me saying that she never said that and twisted it to make me look like I lied. I've taken many coaching programs in the last 10 years, and this was hands down the worst experience I've ever had. And yeah, changing what you sell every freaking day will make you look like a scammer. Sorry you had a bad experience too. I agree with that too. It's like, if I understand pivoting and like letting go of things that don't work anymore. I mean, I've owned a business for 7 years, different things over the years. A lot of it's like trying to figure out what works. But if you're selling high ticket offers, positioning yourself as an expert, and then changing what that thing is that you're an expert in every 6 months, to me, that's really questionable. Because how can you be charging people thousands of dollars, but then a week from now, you're an expert in something else? Like, big yikes. Okay, I'm going to drop this Reddit thread in the comments if anyone wants to continue reading. I think that kind of gives us like a little brief overview, at least an idea of allegedly what some people's experiences were. Yeah, most coaches don't care about the suckers they pull a fast one on. Everyone's just a dollar sign, let's be honest. Like the stream. Please like the stream. There's 39 people watching and only 20 likes. Are you guys okay? Give it a thumbs down if you're not having a good time. That's fine too. Any engagement is good engagement, baby. And if you leave me a rude comment, I might put you in a YouTube short. That's a threat. Harrison says, I'd constantly reinvent too if I sold advice that never worked, allegedly, in my opinion. I love to see it. Okay, friends, I'm going to wrap it up here. It has been 2 hours. As you know, that's usually my cutoff. Thank you so much for coming. I'm going to try and get a long form video out this week. I tried last week and that didn't work very well. But I'm trying my best, okay? I'm just a little girl with a lot of work to do. So, like the stream, comment and tell me your deepest, darkest desire, and I will see you in my next video. Okay? Thanks so much. Take care. Comb your hair. Bye, 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 bye. Toodaloo.